do you feel that it's appropriate to have sex right after having a fight with your significant other?
Now, are you asking me to say it from personal experience or what I think? Or
Well, yeah, from personal experience.
I think that's the best time to do it.
Hi guys, welcome back to Socially Correct here on Telmo, hosted by your lovely hosts, John.
And I'm Judy.
You can call us the Double J's. Alright, today we have a very interesting topic. We are going to talk about relationships. Judy.
What about relationships? It's a very wide topic though, so what about relationships?
Like, what are some of the important topics
Okay.
that couples should discuss when they are getting into a new relationship?
Okay.
Yes.
So I can start by answering. You asked me.
Yes.
I can start by saying why it's important first.
Yes.
Then we will talk about the topics.
Absolutely.
I think the reason why it's important to talk about some stuff, why it's very important to tackle these topics in a relationship, because it's not just a relationship. You just don't walk in and just start dating and doing that. If it's a serious thing that you guys are having, for me personally, I think there are very important things that I have to ask you, that you have to let me know.
Okay.
Because I want to know who you really are. By the time I want to be my guy or I want you to be my companion, there's some stuff I have to be okay with.
All right.
So now I think number one thing that I think I have to ask you or I have to talk to my man about is the finances.
Wow.
Pesa.
Good topic.
Yeah, that's very important. Money is a very important topic in a relationship, and this is why I want to know if we are comfortable when it comes to money. I want to know what's your saving culture. Would you want to save? Yeah. Would you want to save? How would you want us to do our savings? Okay. Yeah. Do you want everyone to save for himself, herself, or apart from that, do you want us to have a joint account? That's very important. Now, the kids will come to picture. Now, my question will be like, do you want us to have a kids account? Okay. Do you want us to have an account just for the money we use in the house? And that's important because now, as the man of the house, there's some things I don't expect you to do. I'm talking for myself.
Judy is the modern type of lady.
There's some things I wouldn't expect you to be doing. Like, okay, you can buy tomatoes in the house, but there's some things I'll take care of, like as a woman. But now the man has to be in the account. Okay? So if you had traveled out, I don't have to wait for you to come back to take care of some stuff. So I'll just go to the account. If we are paying rent, I'll go get rent because already it's in the account. If it's the kids' school fee, it's already in the account. I know where to get the money. Then that way, it will be an organized marriage. Okay. Yeah, I don't want us to have chaos when it comes to money. Money is financial issues.
I think. Sorry for cutting you short.
It's okay.
I think it's also important for couples to discuss how much they make. It's also very important to know. I need to know how much you make. You need to know how much I make.
Do you know some people who don't tell their partners how much they earn? I know, our viewers, I know some of you maybe don't even know how much your partner earns.
How would you fail to know what
there are people who are, trust me, there are people who are uncomfortable when their partner knows how much they earn. Trust me, people don't know how much their partners earn. There is a good number of people.
My goodness.
So as you go on in the comment section, tell us, do you know how much your partner earns?
Please do.
Yeah, would you want to know how much your partner earns?
Yes.
So to you, William, what other things do you think you'll want to know?
I would definitely, as a man, want to talk about goals.
Okay.
There are things I want to do with myself.
Okay.
And the things that also my partner may want to do with herself.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we need to sit down and talk about goals.
Okay.
What do you want to achieve?
Okay.
What are the timelines? Mid-term, short-term, long-term goals.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We need to sit down and talk about things because it's important.
Okay.
We need to be on the same trajectory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because everyone has the goals. I'll tell you my goals. The reason as why I'll want to tell you my goals and you tell me mine is because in a relationship, now that you call me a modern woman, I'd want to give you support. Maybe is it financial, Okay, financial is not that much. I want to give
Come on,
you.
ladies, support us financially.
Okay, if you, I will
Yes.
if necessary,
Yes.
but maybe I want to give emotional support.
Right.
You know, moral support. You
Yes.
know, society has thinking that men have it together, like
Yes.
you have everything figured out.
Yes.
But I tend to disagree with that.
Yes.
I think you guys also need some moral and emotional support.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll really want to know what are your goals, what do you want to achieve, so I know how do you want my support, how
Yes.
do you want me to help you.
Yes.
So I think it's very important for me to know your goals.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
What else?
I think another thing I would want to know,
Mm-hmm.
I need to know your spiritual beliefs.
Okay.
Yeah, I really need to know your spiritual beliefs because we all come from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
The way I've been raised is not the same way you've been raised.
True.
So I don't expect that you really have to agree with my beliefs,
Mm.
but I'll want to know your beliefs so that I'm comfortable with them. So if I'm uncomfortable, then you'll have to talk to me, tell me why this is important, this is not important.
Okay.
For example, there's some people who can say, I can't date an SDA. I can't date a Catholic. I can't date a Muslim.
The actual people in this day and age
Yes,
say that.
trust me, there is. There's someone who's like, you know what, me, I can't get married to a Muslim. Because now they're okay. This is their thinking. You know, it's okay. I'm not trying to say that we have to like draw a line that this religion is good, the other one is bad.
Yes.
But we have to give room for people to have a choice of having a belief. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're telling me to like a good example, assume I go to church on Sunday.
Yes.
I'm a Protestant,
Yes.
and you go to church on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're marrying me, then it means I'll have to now start going to church on Saturday.
Yes.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
Because for me, I don't want a scenario whereby everyone in that house is going to his or her own house.
And I also think it's also important because
Yeah.
what if you get kids? I'm a Muslim, you're Christian.
Thank you.
Won't the kids be
Confused?
confused?
Yeah.
Or what do? Do we enter into the relationship and say, look, we let our kids decide which religion they'll choose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll have to look. Maybe there's some people who come maybe from a religion whereby like there's baptism. Yeah. Maybe you believe in baptism.
Yes.
And I don't. I'm not.
Yes.
So you'll be like, we give birth to kids, and then you're like, my kids have to be baptized, they're given a new name. Then I'm like, why would you do that? Why is that so important? You see? So it's very important for us to have this conversation because I want to be okay and have a reason as to why you want us and our kids to be baptized. Okay? There's some ritual, whatever passages that people have to go through when it comes to beliefs. Yeah, I think now it's important to me.
That's very important.
Yeah, so what else do you think is important?
I think politics is important for me.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that must probably come as a surprise, but it shouldn't be. It's an electioneering year.
Okay.
Politics is
Tell me more
important.
about
I would want to know your political ideology.
Why is it so important?
Which political side do you belong to? It's important because, look, each and every political party has ideologies that they believe in.
Okay.
All right? So I'd want to know, Judy, are you Republican or Democrat, or are you Azimio or UDA?
Or Wajakoya?
Because these political parties come with ideologies. Not akujua, if you're pro Wajakoya, I know at some point this chick is going to smoke weed.
Wait, I can support Wajakoya and don't smoke because I'm maybe okay with the other agendas that he has. I'm just saying.
Like
the snakes.
My goodness.
We are trying to pay
the testicles.
Debt. We are trying to pay the debt that we owe.
Well,
I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm not denying.
Well, viewers, I don't know what you think about this, but I feel you could be conservative.
Okay, sure.
You know, maybe you support ideas around conservation and stuff. Yeah. And I belong to the extreme end that believes, we can just clear our forest so that let's plant something, crops and stuff, and sell abroad. So politics is important.
Now I'm trying to lean on your side. I think also it's important to talk about politics because maybe I might be hating on Azimio or hating on UDA.
Yeah.
But if you asked me, why is it not making sense to you? Why are you so passionate about Azimio and you're less interested about UDA?
Yes.
I should be able to like tell you ABCD. So I think it's very important because I'll be like, you should not hate on a political party maybe because the leader is maybe a Luo or doesn't come from my ethnic background. So maybe I don't like the political leader, but what are the ideologies? So you'll be there like see the manifestos, the agendas, the ideology. So this is the reason why this is important. You should not be hating on this and this. This is why it behaves like this, because it's supposed. So I'll be in the same boat, not throwing stones. No, at times, people throw stones after election and stuff because their mental, like they're so tied to like to it. You see?
Yes.
Now that we are getting to the elections, like this is so important because it's not about owning to it. It's about the country. It's about what are the manifestos. What is this person ready to do for us? What is he going to do for the community? So it's not all about owning to it. I think I'll want to have that talk.
It's important.
Yeah, I'll want to have that talk.
Especially because we've had couples breaking up because of politics.
Actually, on that note, I saw something. I don't know if it's on Tuko Kenya or I saw a post. That guy was a Luo and he said, I quote and quote, siwezi oa msichana mwenye support Azimio because that's going against my tradition. So that's why I'm telling you this topic is so important. Like some people take the politics too hard. Like kabisa, they even cry about it. So it's very important to have this talk. So I think another thing that is important to talk about in a marriage or relationship, I'll want to talk about your past. I'll definitely want to talk about your past. Ask me why.
Why?
People have different experiences growing up.
True.
People have childhood traumas.
Okay.
People have relationship disappointment. I really want to know why you're behaving the way you're behaving. Okay?
Okay.
Maybe when you see a kid, you don't want to have kids maybe because you had a very terrible, when you were growing up, you had a very terrible experience.
Yes.
So I really want to know, like, what are your experiences?
All right.
Yeah. Why do you look like you really talk about that?
Well, every time we talk about the past,
Here to be judged?
us men, most of us men, if you ask me what I want to know about your past, your body count, how your past relationships ended and how they started, and stuff like that. So when you talked about the past, I was a bit uncomfortable about it, but now that you've explained it, that's okay.
Okay, that's just by the way, like really, I'm talking about a marriage kind of relationship. I'm talking about when we are saying like we want to have a talk about like getting into a relationship.
Yes.
I'm not talking about you asking me, okay, maybe those questions are important to you, but just asking someone about the body count, how is that going to help you?
So we're talking about serious relationships?
Yes, like I want to know what are some of your child traumas, like what do you fear, like what, tell me some people, maybe, I'm sorry to say this, maybe I didn't mean to trigger somebody, but assume that someone was raped.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Some people like experience, maybe when he's sleeping or she's sleeping, she had some flashbacks and stuff.
Yes.
So you may get someone just seated but is not responding to anything because the memories are now running in the head. Okay?
I now get what you're saying.
So I want to be comfortable when I see you in such a situation and when I find you crying, I'm not like you're such a cry baby. Okay? I won't judge you. So I'll know how to handle you. I'll have to know how delicate you are. So that's why it's so important to me to know your past experiences.
Perfect.
I'm just saying.
Tell us, would you want to know your partners, your potential partners' past
experiences or
past experiences, whatever is associated with his or her past?
I'm not talking about body counts. Those ones you can go ask and lie about them. Didn't someone not tell you I have a body count of 150? Like,
but when we talk about the past, I mean body count falls right in the middle of that conversation.
It does, but it's not that important.
I want to know how experienced you are.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, you know what? Topic for another day, but you know what? Just tell me something else that you want to know.
That's why I would also want to know stuff to do with your values.
Okay, what about my values?
Your values. What do you value? Do you value things like hard work? Things like honesty and the likes. Yes. It helps me understand you better. Yes. And it makes relationship sort of like easy because the moment I know you value hard work, then there's no room for slacking.
Thank you.
Anywhere, in bed or outside.
So when you talk about your values, like I got about the hard work, so it will let me know why would you want to like have more than 2 jobs, right?
Yes.
You value hard work, so you want to be busy all the time, maybe.
Yes.
Another value I want maybe to know is if you value communication. There are people who don't value communication. They are like there's some people who be like, you bothering me. Why would you want to call me every time? You see, don't call me every time. But on the other side, maybe I'm that person who want to check up on you. Like just give you random calls when you're at work. I want to know how your day is going. Are you okay? Have you had lunch? Are you coming back home? Be like, oh no, I'll come back later. Maybe I'll be late today. I am going out with the boys, but I'll come back late. Or you'll be like, you know what? I don't count me for supper. I'm going out with my colleagues. If you don't communicate, trust me, I'll be like, sasa huyu ametoka job ameenda kuranda ama ameenda kuona mtu mwingine. But if you communicate it, I'll be like so easy with you. I'll know where you are. So communication, so it's so that we're not going to fight because you already communicated. So I think that's important.
Yeah. Actually, communication is important. Let me just add on that. We were having a conversation with my boys, Akina Billy and Kivo, the other day. And we were talking about communication as a whole. How ladies view communication and how we view communication is actually totally different.
Very different.
It's like night and day.
That's why you guys call it nagging.
I didn't say it.
You didn't say it, but that's how you guys call it.
But it's true.
You just said it anyway.
Let me tell you, a typical guy would want to communicate as frequently as he can, but not like we can't communicate every hour.
Okay.
I mean, come on, I have stuff to do.
Okay, you didn't have to finish it. Now you're making it sound rude. I have stuff to do. Who told you I don't have stuff?
We've got to work.
Does it mean that if you communicate, you have to stop working? Just taking your phone, you know what? This is where you guys go wrong. We're not. I'm not saying you have to call me after every 5 minutes. I'm not saying you have to drop a text at every 2 minutes. I'm not saying you should be on your phone calling me after every 1 hour. My point is communicate. There's a difference between blowing my phone and communicating. Assume we don't come from the same house. Like we are in a long distance relationship.
Okay.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up? I know you'll have to touch your phone. Come on, find out how I woke up. Okay? Get to know what I'm doing for the day. Then from there, maybe book a lunch if you get time, that is, if you're not held up with your meetings. Okay? But I'll be like, my babe talked to me in the morning. Then if meet and eat like, oh, okay, he told me he had a meeting. Let me find out how the meeting went. Okay? I'm not saying that so umeenda wapi ukitoka job alafu unaenda aje. I'm not talking about that. Like when I'm saying communication, I'm talking about getting to know what your partner is up to. It's not being nagging. It's actually caring about your partner. Like it's getting to know, like just be part of the day. Okay?
Oh, that's how you guys view it.
Maybe people view it in a different way, but that's how I view it. But I want my man to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah, like check up on me. Come on. Move on. Like,
guys, you've heard. Communicate.
Yeah, like don't snag. There's a difference though. Another thing I think I'll want to know. I'll want us to talk about. Work.
Okay.
I want to know what you do for a living.
Yes.
Now this is where how much you earn comes in. Are you stable? Okay. How many jobs are you doing?
All right.
Okay.
That's important.
What's your shifting like? Does your job has shifts? Do you have to go in from Monday to Monday? Or do you work from Monday to Friday?
Yes.
Do you work from 8 to 5 p.m.? Or do you go in maybe 6 hours a day? Like I want to know how you work. This will help me know how to communicate maybe. And now if we have kids involved, now I'll get to like timetable and to organize our family what you're supposed to do. Like for example, if you are mtu wa KDF, watu wale wa nini,
you have to go work outside
the country, you're not around. So I'll have to understand that now you are not an absent father, but you are out for work. So even my kids will be like, when you happy daddy, I'll be able to tell the kids daddy video and then maybe I'll video call you later. I talk to the kids, like to be so easy for me.
Right.
Then come on to a KDF, I know those guys like are really on their phones. Like once a minute, then their phones will like where's your partner. So I don't want to be in a scenario whereby I'm going to get mad at you because you're not calling me or you're not checking up on me, you're not communicating. Kumbe uko unaua Al-Shabaab. So I'll want to know. So what do you have to say about work?
Work is important actually. All right. I want to date a lady who works. There are men who don't want to date ladies who work.
That's important, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's important to talk about what the other person does for a living. But I personally want to date somebody who's doing something. You don't really have to be doing much, but it has to be something.
Sure.
You can't just be seated in the house taking photos, posting
doing
on Instagram. Instagram babes, hi.
Instagram babes, really?
Yeah.
But people aren't through Instagram though.
How much do you earn?
I'm not an Instagram babe.
We should start from there.
I'm
like
how
much do you earn?
I'm not an Instagram babe. I just post
if it's
on
not
Instagram
much,
because it's social.
You better look for something else to do.
Yeah, you know. But there's something you say that I've really liked. That there's some people who want to marry someone who's not working.
Yes.
Or kuna wale watu, they'll find you working, then you're like, if you're going to be my wife, you know what, you'll have to sit at home, take care of my kids. I'll do all the working. Now, for me, I've acquired all this education and knowledge. I will not be comfortable with someone put me in the hospital and sit at home.
What if they're paying you? I had an interview where Ahmed Nasir, one of the prominent lawyers we have in the country, who just told the wife, I mean, quit your work. She's well educated, studied abroad, came back. He told the wife, you know, quit your work, I'll pay you. The amount of money that those guys are giving you, I'm gonna triple it.
Okay.
So stay at home, take care of the kids. Would you be tempted to?
I'll be. That's the right term you are using. I'll be tempted because that's a good deal. But to me, personally, that's a good deal. Yes. But you know, people are different. There are those people who feel complete when they are doing something. Like I have to be doing something.
Yes.
But if I'm in the house the whole day, even right now when maybe I don't have much to do, I feel like I'm getting depressed. I have to be doing something. You get it?
Yes.
So if you're going to put me in the house and make me sit there, it's going to be a bit hard for me. Because, I don't know if you're getting it, but
you're not the kind of person.
I'm not,
just sit at home.
Yeah, I'm not the kind of person.
And
so
do nothing.
I hope if God is dropping a husband from heaven for me, please don't drop the one that is going to tell me to sit at home. But you can give me the money.
Do you think, actually speaking of work, and just sitting at home, taking care of the kids, do you think motherhood is a full-time job? Is it a job?
Wherever you want to drag me right now, allow me to shut you and tell you that that's a topic for another day. Thank you.
Right.
Tell me another thing you...
Well, something connected to work is actually education.
Thank you.
I'd want to know...
There's something you said yesterday, just make sure you mention it.
I'd want to know your level of education. And I'd also want to know whether you plan to go further with that. You get? People have different preferences. There are those who like women who are well educated. There are those people who like ladies who have no education at all. Yes.
There is someone who commented. Here's your mwanamke amesoma sana. They are normally, there's a term they use. Ati uwezi waambia kitu. I don't know the English word for uwezi waambia kitu, but they wakona kichwa. Thank you. Wakona kichwa ngumu.
There's that perception out there.
But that's not true.
About a lot of educated women.
Okay, maybe a lot of them, but you don't have to now draw a line and say like all educated women are hard to deal with. You know, education is like empowering yourself. This is something that you acquire that no one will take away from you.
Very true.
Yeah, I'm not doing it to make someone feel less important or make someone feel like ajasoma or anything. talking of it, there are people who can't marry a woman who earns more than them. Now that was supposed to be at kwa pesa or something. There's someone who will be saying like, mimi siwezi mwanamke akona pesa kunishinda. And yet there's guys who are okay with that. Yeah? So for education, I think it's okay to have that talk. Because I want to know, kuna mwenye nitafika kwa nyumba then ako like, you know what, everyone has a degree. Hapa nje kila mtu akona degree, babe. I want to take you back to school. You want to add more one degree? What's your passion? Like, tell me what you want, then akurudishe shule.
Well, Americ says, ukipata demi yako amefika class 7, leave her there. Dude, you have no obligation to educate your significant other. Spend all that money educating your children.
Let me ask
That's Americ. That's not me.
But you are airing it for Americ.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
Let me ask you a question, though. What? Let me actually.
Do you know why I actually kind of partially support Americs on this? It's because we've heard of stories where men went out of their way to help their women, you know, further their studies, only for those women to leave them.
Now, let me ask you. You married me. You've already married me. Tushafika kwa nyumba. We already in the house, okay? We have things going on already. But you like, whatever you are doing right now, okay, it's okay. But I think you can add something on your plate. Babe, do you feel like coming back to school? I'll want to take you back. Would you want that? Okay, it's you who is. Stop doing your eyes like that.
I'd personally not do that. But if you use your own money to further your education, that's fine with me.
Okay. What other thing? What do you want to talk about in a relationship? Because you are America's ambassador and I have nothing to do with ambassadors of America.
Health is another thing.
Yeah, that's okay. Yes. Yeah. No, that's important.
No, health is important because one, I feel like when you enter into a serious relationship with somebody, like marriage, you've got to talk about health. Because you have common goals to achieve. Okay. Now, you want to create something that lives beyond you. All right? It's important to know how long this person has left to live. What's her life shelf? You know, how long will you be on this earth for? I'm not saying that it's possible to actually tell, but you can predict.
Yeah, from someone's.
Yes. And to know your family health issues. Are there issues to do with genetics and stuff? Yes, that's important also. What about you?
That's a definite. That's even now, even before money. No, after money. That's important because I want to know. First, I want to know your status, the HIV status.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's important.
Yeah, I want to know your blood type.
Yes.
Things like those. I want to know if you have there are those diseases that pass to generations and stuff. How do you call generic diseases?
Generic diseases.
As you become asthma, such stuff. I want to know your allergies.
Yeah.
If you're happy and I want to know your allergies, maybe if I cook to something, you are allergic to nuts.
Yes.
You are allergic to some stuff. You don't use maybe goat meat. You don't use beef.
Yes.
I want to know such stuff. Okay, so that I don't make it so hard for you to live in this marriage. Okay. I want to know your health because I don't want to judge you.
Yes.
I don't want us to go somewhere. Maybe we are out on vacation, then you just collapse. And I'm crying with the umati. I'm also surprised with the rest.
Wow.
Okay? If I'm with you, you're my partner, something happened to you, maybe you passed out, I'm able to handle it. Yes. Okay? I don't make the kids so afraid. Like maybe I'll be like, please go to your room. I'll got this under control. Maybe you're asthmatic. I'll get your inhaler. So that I get to know, even if I didn't know how to handle that problem, at least nikishajua, because I'm not going to live with you. Yeah. I'll have to go do some background check on whatever you're suffering from, so that I know how I'm going to live with you. Because I've already chosen to live with you, so I have to live with all your baggage. Yeah. I'm not calling the diseases a baggage, but
you just did.
I'm sorry, but I have to know what is really going on, so that you enjoy how to handle you. Yes. So that I know when you behave in a certain manner, then something is going going on. There are people who have anxiety attacks. Okay, there are people who have. Yesterday we were talking about mental disorders.
Yes.
There's some people who have disorders.
Personality
disorders. Yeah. So I want to know. I want to go. Even if I'll even go get some knowledge about first aid, so that if anything happened to you, I'll take care of you. Okay. So it's important to me. That's what I want to say.
Fine.
Why are you smiling?
I'm happy. I at least know you can take it. If you've had this conversation with your significant other, he's in good hands. You actually.
Hey, babe. So what other thing is important?
The most important topic, according to me, is sex.
Okay.
Yes, sex. So, it's important to know your partner's sexual preferences. All right? Yeah. I was watching, is it a series on Netflix? Sex, Love, and Gloop. That's when I realized that actually people have different sexual preferences.
Yeah, and orientation.
And orientations. Yeah. All right? So that's important. All right? And then what does my partner think about sex? Okay. How many times would she want to have sex? Approximately. Then also, you know, is she willing to experiment?
Okay.
Or not?
That's important. That's important. I usually want one position and
yes. What about you? On this particular topic?
I don't have much to say about about this topic, but I think it's a very important one because really there are people, your sexual or your sex appetite or sexual appetite vary from one person to another.
Yes.
I had a friend, actually, thanks for bringing it. I had a friend, she said this. Mimi nikiolewa kama nishageuka nimelala, mtu asinishike.
That's harsh.
Okay? There are people, if you watched movies, after some people, before kids, the sex changes after, I think, for some people. Before now you have kids and after having kids.
That's true. Yes.
So, it can change and it's prone to change because now you have some responsibilities at hand.
Very true.
Okay?
Yeah.
How random we were before kids and now kids are here and how random you're going to be, it's going to change.
True.
Maybe when we were single living alone, you may decide to find me in the kitchen and do your stuff. But now you can't do that anymore because now there are kids watching. You see? Now I'm assuming now it's an American kitchen whereby it's with the sitting room, you get that open kitchen.
Yes.
Now, my point is when the kids are here and before the kids, now the sex now will have to change.
Yes.
Yeah. Another thing, the sexual appetites. People have different appetites.
Yes.
Kuna mwenye anaweza kuwa na appetite, then another one who doesn't have an appetite at all. Yeah. So you might be killing the other person with the
njaa, unamuua na njaa.
You might be killing somebody with njaa the way he's putting it. Maybe you're not comfortable with that, and I'm okay with that. So it's very important for us to have this talk with you or have this talk with your partner because now I want to tell me like, you don't have to kill me with njaa or unless you want me to get someone to help you with his work. You see, because you men at times tend to have a higher appetite than us. I don't know how. I'm just assuming. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Well, there are ladies who are beasts when it comes to matters sex.
Yeah, so it's very important to have this talk. By the way, people don't kosana in marriages because of sex. People have issues because of sex.
Yes.
Like when we are having a fight, are you going to also deny me my conjugal rights?
Actually, speaking of that, do you feel that it's appropriate to have sex right after having a fight with your significant other?
Now, are you asking me to say it from personal experience or what I think? Or
well, yeah, from personal experience.
I think that's the best time to do it.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. See you.
Till next time. These were the double J's. Till next time.
Yes.
Thank you.